Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome on in. Welcome to WagWorksGA. I am Jeff. You can call me that, or you can call me Wags, or anything else creative. I was gonna come in like I didn't adjust this camera. I was gonna come in like all frantic because I'm running late, but then this like amazingly chill intro to Ocarina of Time was playing, and I didn't want to ruin the mood. Hey Daisy, aren't we all? Aren't we all? How are you doing tonight? I'm just having my 10 p.m. coffee, you know, like a regular person does. Yeah. Ooh, a history game? Which one? I can also stop pestering you with questions if you'd rather, but I am curious. Don't mind me just still setting things up. It turns out, when you get sidetracked talking to Ashley, you want to be a tyrannical overlord. Oh, yeah. I actually haven't heard of that one. I'll have to check it out. Just a moment, child movement. Okay, he's good. So is it like a civilization type thing, or? That's not what I want. I'm watching myself. How strange. Those can be really fun. I never got super into them, largely because I just never started. I'm guessing if I did start, I probably would have gotten in real deep. Even like SimCity, Sim Earth, like those ones, when I was younger, they definitely got their hooks in. So it sounds pretty fun. And like I'm guessing, so you can choose, you know, to be good or evil. I'm just trying to bring stream chat up on my second monitor, and apparently I'm doing that very slowly. Hey, there we go. Well, good deal. You can be whatever you want to be. Fair. Okay. You know, I just haven't really figured out the right place to put cups and mugs in this setup. One of these days. One of these days I'll either figure it out or set something else up. Get my art glove going. Your children will have severe underbites and a strange persistence of scoliosis. Wait, are we talking in-game stuff? Oh my gosh, I didn't even bring up Clip Studio yet. Come on, Jeff, what you doing? Yeah, it's been a full week. Not a bad one. I've been attending a conference virtually all week, so the days have been very full of talks and learning. I actually gave a presentation on Wednesday, so that was pretty cool. First time doing one of those at like one of these big conferences. All right. I think I'm just gonna bring up a template real quick. In-game, sure. Our conference. I mean, it depends on the conference, right? This was for the American Meteorological Society. And I wouldn't describe it as scary. It's pretty fun, especially when you like, I think as a student, it was scarier for me. I went a couple times, because there you're just, you know, you're brand new to the industry and there's all these professionals. There's people who have literally like written your textbooks or you've seen on TV. You're like, whoa. But I guess once you've kind of been in it for a while, it's like, oh, these are just my peers, right? And you see your friends from school and meet up. You know, you got some of your colleagues from your current work. It ends up being a lot of fun and a chance to learn about cool stuff. I don't think it's actually all that different than like a convention, like how they have panels and stuff like that going on, and like the different groups that are meeting up. It's really, a professional conference is honestly just a convention for people who are really excited about a job. That's kind of how I'd explain it. I don't know if that actually makes sense, but I'm just gonna stick with it. Yeah, it can be really good. It's where people come together, like who are excited about what they're doing. I swear I know what I'm doing. 4-panel template, that's what I wanted. We're doing some Core Toons today. At least I'm pretty sure we are. I only loosely planned out what I wanted to do on stream this week. Okay, I think I'm actually... Alright, okay. Thanks for waiting, Daisy. Yeah, so I will go ahead and start with a warm-up tonight. Oh, absolutely. I can't have an actual schedule going on. So we had a special request for the warm-up from Ashley, so obviously it jumps straight to the head of the queue. That is her privilege. So I'm gonna draw my random card here. Oh, look, we got Maractus. I don't know if you actually heard her unbelievable favoritism. Yeah, I think in this case it's probably just fine. It's the right way. So Maractus, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a reference real quick. Well, listen, if you have a Pokemon request, Daisy, you can always add it to the list of options, and I would definitely bump like yours or Frank's up over random cards most of the time. The exception is if I really wanted to irritate Frank, which sometimes I do. And oh yeah, if you have any requests for next week, go ahead and get those in. Alright, did I actually switch over to art view? I forgot. I didn't. Okay, here we go, guys. Irritating Frank is a goal in life everyone should have. Absolutely. Okay, just trying to bring my coffee around without bumping my mic cord. Which is not as easy as you might expect. He's simply to him for his own good. I saw because like I get all the emails for like the gaming tea companies and stuff. I saw one that was from Untitled Goose Game. It had the goose and it said like, "Today I will make problems on purpose." And I was like, this is like the Frank shirt. That's perfect. Sorry, there's a laugh off to the side there. It's all good. Okay. Warm up is happening. So, if you've been here before, you know the drill. I'm just gonna spend 5 minutes drawing this here Pokemon to loosen up and kind of get myself into art mode for the day, as I've been not in art mode for a majority of the week. Oh, I was going to show you guys something. I'll do that after warm-up. We'll be good. So it's a 5-minute timer. You are invited and encouraged to join along. Again, because art is fun. So yeah, 5 minutes starts now. All right. I'm guessing a Maractus. So I always draw my Pokemon sleeping, and anyone who's watched the stream before knows this. Because it's cute and because it helps me figure out what I want to draw quickly instead of spending forever trying to figure out the pose. Or figure out the basis of the pose. So I feel like a Maractus is gonna sleep kind of standing up, you know? It's not, it's kind of rooted in the ground there. Garchomp or Gengar. Okay. Those are good ones. I can, yeah. This could be fun to draw sleeping, I think. They are more on the cool, edgy side of Pokemon than on the adorable side of Pokemon, but I think it can be fun trying to make those cute as well. Not that they have to be, you know. But why wouldn't you draw them cute if you could? So we've got the footing there. So, okay. This is not so far differing a great deal from the official art. That's okay. It's a warm-up. I'm only going to get through sketches and thumbnails tonight, by the way. Just because that's what sketches and thumbnails... Sketches are thumbnails, Jeff. Because the point of the warm-up is not to actually produce a final piece of art, it is to loosen up and get kind of into art mode. I keep adjusting the size here. I want it to be as big as possible, but it does take a little vertical real estate here. I think Gengar has a better case for cute than Garchomp, personally. I mean, it can be, like, you know, it's got kind of like the underbitey thing going on. Oh, interesting. So it's almost like a, Shh, don't tell Frank I drew eyes for a second. Underbitey like my future children. It's cute like a bulldog, right? Not quite getting what I want out of this one. What is... Okay, it's a warm-up. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just doing it to get started. What am I missing here? Say what? Yes, an arm. That would be... What's that? It does look a bit like a bunny unicorn. I mean, I'm looking right at the reference. That's kind of what it is. Okay, so I think what I can do is, all right, one, redo these guys, cause you can make it even more slumped. Like that. Then what I think I can do, I can flop the cactus ears just a little bit more. Like that, and then I've been trying to find a way to push these things a little bit more. Just because it's, you know, it's easy to play it safe, but sometimes you can get something that's really a lot more fun and expressive when you actually push it. So it's got that zigzaggy mouth. I've been having them open mouth snoring a lot lately. Okay, well that is the timer. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm sorry that this is not as cute as it could be for your favorite Pokemon, Ashley. She's right here. It's a starting point, and that's, as always, that's what I'm going for. Not a perfect thing, maybe not even anywhere close to the final product, but something that I could come back to later if I wanted to finish it up. And it did that, and it definitely got me to start, you know, thinking a bit more artistically. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save this. As a reminder, always save your work. Probably could have done this one portrait now that I think about it. Let's say the 16th. Yeah. Okay. So, what I was gonna show was we actually finished our comic for our revisions, this round of revisions for the comic for the anthology. So that's always a good thing. So I think the first page I largely had done last stream. Why is this so large? Oh, because this is so large. That's why. Let's do it this way. So this page I don't think has changed since I last shared it with y'all. But then really I just came in and I got everything lined. I did swap this panel back at Ashley's recommendation from the alternate one that I had drawn of like the multiple like snapshots of the wolf statue falling. This one I think carries a bit more emotion. And did these guys, and then finished out with the last page here. So now everything is penciled, and we got that submission in yesterday. Frank, hey, what's up? So what is this particular what the heck pertaining to? Oh, you're reading the chat. I was just stating, since Ashley got the priority pick on the Pokemon to warm up on tonight, that also, you know, she gets #1 pick. But if you guys ever had a specific request, I would get yours or Daisy's in ahead of like a random card, unless I was trying to antagonize you, and that led to that conversation. This generation has no sense of punctuation. I like the punctuation instead of punctuality. It's good. It's good. Anyway, yeah, so we finished it up. We got it in. And it wasn't even at like 1 minute before the deadline. So I was very excited about that. It's true, Frank. Yeah, you do show. Now it's no longer. Is this about Frank breaking your watch streak, Daisy? Alright, so that's saved. And I need to actually look up the comic that I'm going to draw and remember what it was. Change the year, oh my goodness. That's the truth. Hey guys, did you know? Did you know it's 2025? Imagine not being double digits. Oh my gosh. Well, Frank, how's it going tonight? How are you? Hope you're having a good one. Sorry, I'm just looking up this comic while also reading this this tale. So these guys. Okay. Oh, I remember this one. This is fun. Cool. Alright, I'm just gonna, because of course we took a picture of it with an iPhone, so it's an HEIC, which won't come into clip, so I'm gonna just snip it real quick. So I can drop it on into Clip Studio. Yep, it's a sunny sky, so I'll change that to weather skies. My favorite kind of skies. Oh, you streamed for 5 minutes and had to run? It took me a second to realize you were talking about Dead by Daylight. But I get it now. You guys, he gets it. Alright. Yes, that's fine. Looks great. We can pretty much ship it just like this, right, Ash?
Ready to go.
It's ready to go? Bam! Done. Almost as fast as Frank. I have 2 minutes to do a rough draft. Am I ready?
Yes, I love the challenges.
No!
Time.
No!
Set the timer.
No!
I got it.
I'm not ready. I know I'm not ready for this. I'm answering your question preemptively. I'm not ready. Ash gets it. I mean, she does, 100%. Hey. Actually, just.
Buzzer on now.
Oh no. Frank, what have you done? Actually, I should duplicate this layer. The whole thing. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Wait, are you seriously putting a buzzer on? I haven't even started yet. It's not fair. Well, I'm just trying to get this all aligned. Oh, I need to do this one first. Why are the panels so close together? The gaps are. I just kept it at the. I think it's the default of 12 is what Clip uses, and I just kind of kept it there because I also wanted to give lots of real estate to the actual art. This is this is an early reader, so as much space as I can give to the lines and color are probably, I think, a little more welcoming. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I hear you. I like it this way, but I could always try it out differently another time. But also, you're my editor. But this is I believe that job is already taken, Frank. Change the whole thing. No, that's the point of having a template, so this whole thing is, you know, quicker to do. Don't have to redo them all. Add some product placement. Okay, product placements for Core Toons, wrong answers only. Go. Go with it. What did you say? Oh, Apple computer product. Preparation H. So I realize I definitely need to make this weather map a monitor and not like a paper map on a wall. Kids wouldn't get it. They'd be like, what? I can't say some stuff because this is a family-friendly stream.
You could just be on a TV there in the living room.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. I can even do like a little kind of sofa type thing going on here. Are you actually setting a timer right now?
5 minutes and see where you get.
Apparently they're going to have a gigantic TV. Oh, you know, it's occurring to me. This doesn't need to be so low. I have like a ton of white space at the top here. See, I do learn things eventually. 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 Oh, but I did move the question mark, and that no longer makes sense because it looks like a mystery weather thing on the weather map, which, while entertaining, is not what the story is about. Do not speak to me of chickens. This is not a great US boundary. I don't know, Frank's probably gonna judge me, right?
Maybe it shouldn't be a US boundary. Maybe it should just be like,
Oh, like zoomed.
yeah, it doesn't have any boundary. It's just like the front point.
Yeah, although,
Higher.
is it gonna read clearly as a map though if we do that though? And also, front like pressure systems are usually synoptic scale. I don't know. But,
I think people see it's a landmass.
People see it's a what?
People see that it's land. You don't get the weather symbols,
Okay, hopefully. I mean, yeah. Add a compass rose. No. That is one of the 7 components. I'm just gonna draw like a little, that'll be like a body of water or something just to give a little variation in the map. And put like, put cities in there? Oh. Should I put like isobars?
Oh my gosh.
No isobars? Okay. See, but this is why sometimes the thumbnails take a while, or sketches take a bit of time, is because you're like thinking about all those composition and like details. You need to lay them in. Yes, this strip is explaining H and L. Very good. Do you already know these? Actually, that was not the way that her hair parts. It's the opposite direction. I hear you groaning, but I need to stay consistent with how we draw our characters. Okay. It's been a minute since we've drawn these characters, like actually. I know. I watched too much anime and read too much manga as a kid, and now I draw all the hair super poofy and spiky and dramatic.
Oh no, that was 5 minutes.
It goes quickly. So that was 5 minutes. I'm not fast. Working on it. All right. Except also these are just stick figures, and I didn't really draw their hair in the first one. First panel. Shame, Jeff. Thanks. Good job. Good job for not quite getting halfway in the time allotted to do the whole thing. Cool. I submit that 5 minutes are not enough to thumbnail. Well, I think Frank would argue with that. Ooh, a goose stick figure? Oh. You know what I didn't do? Just turn on time lapse. But before I do that, I'm gonna draw a goose stick figure. I feel like it has to be something like... I don't know why all my geese have to look angry, but they do. That's my goose stick figure. I think it's even improved by the fact of the two stick figures high-fiving behind it. I think that really enhances the effect. And yes, I did actually go to the sketch layer, so that's good. For a second I was like, oh no, did I draw this just on the layer with the other stuff? Only circle allowed is the head. Okay, well, because then you just do a check mark basically. Maybe back here. I think that still reads pretty clearly. Yeah. It's a flying V. Okay, now I'm gonna turn on the time lapse. Now. Checking on something. Maybe a memento. The sun needs a smile. Yes, it actually is going to, and sunglasses. Because the sun needs to be protected from itself. They taught us that in meteorology school. You can look it up. It's in one of these books here. Actually, I will drop this down. It doesn't need to be so high. The sun should have UV protective contact lenses. Okay, I can honor that theory as well. So Frank, you do know, I'm assuming you do know, you know, highs and low, high pressure, low pressure, all those basics. I feel like those are basics. Sometimes I feel like when you do something all the time, you lose your sense of like what is common knowledge and what's not. But I feel like high pressure, low pressure is very basic stuff. The thumbs up. You mean this one right here? Yes, I will indeed do that. Ooh, I love the Song of Storms version. Yes, that's correct. Gold star, man. Deku Trio. I see what they did there. The Deku tree. Oh, very clever people. Very clever. You learned that from George Lopez. Okay. I mean, I don't know that it matters so much where you learn it from, as long as you have that basic understanding. That's helpful stuff. Is that better? I felt like it looked better before I rotated it. And then I rotated it and things got weird. Jeff, let's get controversial. This channel controversial versus real life controversial. Perfectly rendered, realistic thumbs up. What's my opinion about the TikTok ban? I just want us to make a decision, honestly. I was on TikTok for a little bit just as a viewer, but I never got really invested in it because of like, I don't know. It's another thing. I already had a limited time and a number of social media things to view for entertainment, so I didn't get super into it. And then they started talking the ban. I'm like, well, I'm not going to invest more energy into it. I just feel like we need to make a decision, and like, I mean, I guess they have largely, because it's actually just happening, I guess. I don't know. I feel like with most issues, there's legitimate points on both sides. Yeah, clearly it should be, it's already been, what has been, I think, restricted from any government furnished equipment. But like I do think, like, there's a part of me that wants to be like, really, are we that worried about what could be done with the potential data that TikTok collects about, you know, from users, if it were in fact, you know, the company were compelled by the government to do it. But at the same time, I know that, like, I can be incredibly naive at times. So I think that it's not an entirely made up security issue. I don't know if the gravity is to the point of the ban. I know a lot of creators that it impacts, and I know anything that we do for our stuff, we have avoided going on TikTok because avoided making a presence there, knowing that it could just go away, and I don't want to spend the time putting effort in something that's just going to get eradicated. And I think that there's enough services out there to absorb the overflow, where if people really want / need, they can fill the gap. But I also know it's TikTok. It's a big part of, you know, many people's leisure activities, entertainment day. So it's a pretty massive, broad sweeping thing to do. A lot of people hate Reels because apparently I haven't seen that. Fortunately, I've been largely, the most of the Reels that I see are through our WagWorksGA account, and they're all kidlit community stuff, and they're not really controversial. They're usually pretty heartwarming and enjoyable and lighthearted, and yeah. I mean, YouTube Shorts are pretty solid as well, I think. I mean, I'm probably going to be putting out some shorts on our channel in a bit of like time lapses and stuff like that, because I've already got the content, and why not? I don't know. I find myself often in the position where I see kind of both sides of an issue, and kind of see that there's pieces that I don't know on both sides. Yeah, like that I got, because it's because the parent company is a Chinese company, and the concern is that there are not protections against the Chinese government being able to compel the parent company to turn over user data for whatever purposes that may be. But like, I don't know what type of data that might entail, or what the purposes may be, or if that is the threat, if there's something really, because even if the user data is fairly anonymous, you still get all sorts of browsing habits, information about, you know, what topics are hot. Like there's stuff there that if someone wanted to use it for social engineering campaigns, stuff like that, it does give them quite a bit of information, even at a bulk anonymized level. So I get there's some concern there, and it's not a made up thing entirely. How much the threat is, how heavy the threat is versus the impact to all the creators here in the States that use it, and all the people that, you know, it's a serious part of their day. They derive joy and entertainment from it, and you know, the book talk for kidlit community is a real thing. I haven't really dipped my toes in it, so I don't know. Like I honestly, I feel like I don't know enough of both sides of the issue to make a judgment call. It's a mess, I think, and it's gonna have a big impact. You know, I think the tidy thing would have been if they had been able to divest as requested. I don't know if the compulsion to do so, I don't know how mandatory it is. I don't know. Oh, wow. Users are just being petty now. I mean, I get it, because if you're not coming in from the security concern, or if you don't believe that it's quite, it's quite what it's being made out to be, then it seems like this is really heavy-handed, right? Excuse me, by the way. And so of course people are gonna be petty. We're people. This is what we do. It's even primarily Mandarin. Wow. Interesting. So I don't know. Like, it's a mess. I have more been interested, I don't know if interested. I've been more spectating on the issue than trying to, than particularly voicing a side, just because I don't feel that I have all the information and knowledge to say, like, oh, clearly this is the right way, and clearly that's the right way. And as someone who works with the federal government, like, I understand the importance of security. So it's a topic that I don't necessarily take lightly. But at the same time, it's kind of, I don't know. It also is, there are political hooks in the issue. And because there's political hooks to it, I'm never quite sure how much of it is the threat versus how much is the political side. Say something controversial for the audience. I can see logical points on both sides of the issue, and note that I do not have enough knowledge to make a clear call on what I believe is the correct answer. I know that's a pretty hot take. Just anything controversial. I like pineapple pizza. Speak my mind. I have no mind. No, I mean, I have no mind. I feel like if I have hot takes, I probably don't realize they're hot takes. You animals. I feel like something is off about this, Chloe. I mean, probably I have more hot takes if you start talking AI and stuff like that. It's interesting because I work, my day job is in meteorology and science, and specifically meteorological computing, and we are just on that side of the fence going nuts with AI. But then my, kind of second career, my I like to call it, I believe it's more than a hobby, but my art career side, AI has a whole different overtone here. Eating a lot of pineapple hurts. Oh, is it because the acidity? Oh, is it already 11 o'clock? Oh, Jeff, why are you so slow? Oh, maybe it was this thumbs up. But this isn't actually a thumbs up. This is a pointing. But I didn't make that clear. There we go. That's clear. Okay, sounds good. Actually, I'm going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. I need to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes. So, one of these days I really am going to update the Be Right Back, the whole art carousel, to have newer stuff in there. Maybe I'll even do a clips clips carousel. I think I have 3 so far. I should clip more stuff. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Enjoy the break. And I'll finish the comic before you finish this one. You probably will, Frank. All right, see you guys in a few. All right. And I'm back. Got a couple crackers. Yeah. No, I've had a little snack. Got a chance to use the restroom. I'm good to go. Just making sure child monitor is good still. All right. You know, Frank, when I came back, I thought you'd put another message in that said, I'll finish a comic book before you finish this comic. I'm like, oh, maybe he's not exaggerating. But in my defense, it's 11 o'clock at night. I've worked a full day. So I'm not at my fastest for art stuff either. But I know that I could probably do some work on speeding up as well. Actually, today was a conference day, so that was exciting. I can close you. And I can close you. And I can close you. All right, cool. Okay, still all good. Okay, let's get back to it. Back with. I know that reference. Is that gonna be like the new national beverage soon? Maybe that was a controversial thing to say. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. So Frank, you know what would be cool is if for free comic book day you compiled a bunch of loosey gooseys into a PDF for people. Just like okay, yeah. Yeah. No. Now you're thinking smart. So if I just I want the load to be visible. Okay, maybe I won't do it that way. Maybe I won't do it that way. Okay, that's the select. Free boy. Wait, you know about Free Comic Book Day, don't you? This is a very real thing. Hold on. It's free comic books, man. The first Saturday in May. Like, I'm just... Okay, well, allow me. I'm just gonna drop this right here in chat. It's a real thing. At comic book shops across the country, in fact. Free Comic Book Day. It's the first Saturday in May. All the major publishers, you know, you've got Marvel, you've got DC, you've got Dark Horse, even like Viz. Yeah, they don't got, yeah. Where are we here? These aren't all from Free Comic Book Day. Some of these are my comic books from my youths. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, so hold on. I need to fix this before this cover gets ripped the rest of the way off. I'll fix that later. We'll get it in post. I just realized you might not have heard anything that I just said, and I almost sat on half of the books. Yeah, so free comic. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, all the major publishers. They do like note the free comic book day logo at the top, and you can come in most comic shops. Even if you don't buy anything, you can get like pick 3 free comics. They have samples of like kidlit graphic novels. So we have Sweet Valley Twins. This is an excerpt from the actual graphic novel. But then there's also like teasers from a lot of Marvel and DC's like bigger story arcs that they're launching. Yeah, you got a DC right here. Yeah, and a lot of comic book stores, if you actually buy something, then they'll let you get even more. Like I think we ended up getting like being able to pick 10 out. Otherwise it was like 3 per person. Even like I said, Viz, like a lot of manga publishers. So this is like we collected some of these over a few years. But yeah, it's incredible. It's just free comic books, man. All you need to do is just go to your local comic book store on the first Saturday in May, and you get free awesome comics. It's been a family tradition of ours for 3 years? No, longer. 28, maybe 2017 was the first year that we went. Anyway, check it out. I was going to challenge you that to take some of your loosey-gooseys and make a PDF of them for free comic book day, but we're looking at maybe putting together something for Core Toons for that day, which could be fun. Anywho, all right, so I will just do a custom thing here because I want to make sure that I'm able to focus on. So this is like a TV stand, right? Hey, it's Smooth McGroove. Nice. Challenge accepted. So I'll zoom it in a little bit, which gives me an excuse to kind of reframe. If I put the low there, yeah. Okay, that works. That one I might want to actually copy paste. It's a little complicated, but I got this. Oh. You know what? I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Like that. I'll just tweak this on this layer to make sure it doesn't overlap here too much. Merge with layer below. Okay. You know what? That wasn't bad. That works. I do think I made them a little bit small here, and that might be part of the weirdness that I was sensing earlier. Also, her face is kind of squarish in this thumbnail, but it's not the final one, so it's okay. I need to stop being a perfectionist and get stuff done. You know? Scoot this back a little bit. I'm trying to go faster. I am being aware that I can work on speed. You got selected for a Twitch interview about how their mobile app sucks. I don't know. I will say, I can't remember when the update happened, but there was one that made the chat a bit more obnoxious. Like, it used to be you could still watch without having the chat overlay on the main video. Now you can't really do that. Oh, hey, nice. Well, I'm hoping for you that they do the interview. That's awesome. Still making the... Oh, yeah. The home screen. That was another change that I wasn't a huge fan of also. There we go. It's really funny. I cannot not make the faces. That's too big. That's too big. That's excessive, Jeff. Come on. The size on of the emotes. So I'm usually very much a lurker when I am consuming Twitch and not on it. I need to work on coming out of my shell a little bit more in that aspect. So I guess I often don't even have the chat open if I can avoid it on the mobile app. Although then again, also if I'm watching on the mobile app, I'm probably also watching as I'm falling asleep and don't want to be chatting because I will type something incorrect. Shame on me. Maybe shame is why I lurk. No, I'm working on it. I want to come out of my shell a little bit. And participate in the community, because that's one of the things that I absolutely love about Twitch is like you've got these thousands of unique little communities that sprout up, and I mean some of them are not little at all, right? It's just the coolest thing, and you know, yeah, they're often talking about like whatever the person is doing, art, playing a game, but like a lot of times they have their own conversations. They get to know each other, and it's like, I don't know, there's something really cool about this platform. I hope it stays that way. Just like the little body of water there. Maybe put that link right behind there. Okay. Sketch layer done. How many comics have you finished in the meantime, Frank? I can turn off roughs. So wait, what was the shame actually about? I didn't even ask. I just assumed. You started like 6 minutes ago, so like 2, 3 on panel 3. I do need to work on my speed. I see it. Just general shame. Fair. Hey, be glad though. I'm not making you guys listen to my conference presentation tonight. I mean, actually, I think I did fine. It wasn't a bad presentation, but it might be a bit dry for Twitch. So it's like that, so yeah. Explain it like I'm 5. Photoshop hurricanes. No, so this week was the American Meteorological Society conference, which is actually an international conference. Last year they had like I don't know, 7,000 people, something like that. I don't know what the attendance was this year. I did it virtually this year. It was in New Orleans. But like, my presentation was on some of the work that I've been doing for the last several years for hurricane stuff. So the product that I work on takes a whole bunch of computer weather models and like combines them into a single forecast, or combines them into a probabilistic set. So, you know, it combines all the different ones and gives you probabilities of, you know, certain weather outcomes. So I work on the tropical weather side of the house, at least with this work. And it was about how the way that we do other stuff doesn't work as well for hurricanes, because if there's differences in location in the different models, you can't just so you got one model that has a hurricane like here and another model that has a hurricane like here, and if you try to just like average them, you kind of get this like weird composite thing, right? Like where it's not actually none of it. Maybe there's like a little overlap around here that's like really fast winds, but the rest is all just kind of washed out and messy, and it's not great. Of course, Frank would need something so simple. Yeah, I mean, I think the presentation title was something like using feature-based methods to incorporate numerical weather prediction into the national blend of models. No, but anyway, the whole thing, all my work is about like we actually just identify where there's hurricanes and kind of like clip them off of the input forecast, and then combine them based on like stack them in the center location so they actually kind of line up, and then do the averaging. Hey, shout outs to homeschool families. Have you considered just looking outside, Jeff? Frank, people have to know the weather when it's dark out. That's all I'm saying. I finished the sketches.
Did ya?
I did.
Are you sure it wasn't just a hurricane?
I'm sure. Ash says good night, guys. Have you heard of night vision? But this is more affordable than providing a pair of night vision goggles to every citizen. Alright, how's Corey's hair? Yeah? This is not quite working. Sorry, Jeff was so slow. Oh. She was just hanging out while she had her tea earlier, and then she went and got ready for bed. I am definitely more the night owl of the family. I guess I always have been. Yeah, I think I like that better. How do you know I haven't watched it yet? No, I definitely haven't watched it yet, but I want to. I really want to. We need to watch it with the children? Oh no. Not quite the line I was going for. All right. It's a coming of age story. I mean, they're not quite there yet at their ages. I think they're getting there, but like, you know, I think they're still like, also like, they're not quite comfortable with the originals yet. So I'm not sure I'm ready to give them something then that maybe, I mean, maybe being able to insert themselves into it will be like helpful, but maybe it could be more intense that way if it's easier to see themselves. I don't know. I mean, I guarantee Ashley and I will check it out first and then figure out. It's about kids. It's about kids. Of course you should. Alright, it's a tough balance, but it is, you know, I think that our kids especially used to be very sensitive to things, so we were very careful about, like, okay, you know, make sure, test the waters, but like, there were a lot of things that we kind of held off on. But now they're checking out more, you know, like, they play like Tears of the Kingdom a bit, stuff like that. So it's like, there is some stuff that they're, you know, gonna be a little more comfortable with. No, they haven't seen Pirates of the Caribbean yet. Of the Caribbean, however you wish to say it. That works. They've seen like little bits and snippets. They've done the ride. And they were not fan P-rates of the caribou. Exactly. See, Daisy gets it. They've done the ride a few times, and we're not the biggest fans of it. Although I think the most horrifying part of the ride was like the early part where you like get swept up in the storm, and there's like all the wind sound and all that. Like that one I remember being intense, especially for one of them. We might also have some sensory issues in the family, so that's part of it. Do I need to plan out their storage in their family entertainment center here? Probably not. But I feel like it has to feel like a livable space. So some of those details are nice. And Walt Disney. This is simply the host body they chose for my brain. Yes. I mean, I don't live at Disney. I mean, we're lucky that we can see the fireworks. I'm not gonna dispute the fact that we are very fortunate, and it's kind of amazing. We still, like, two and a quarter years after moving here, we're still like, we're like, we actually live here. This is crazy. It's very nice, and I will say, it feels the Disney bubble is very much a real thing. It doesn't really necessarily feel so much like part of the surrounding Florida as its own kind of unique environment, and I feel like it's noticeable when you drive anywhere outside of it in Orlando. But we like it. It's nice. Okay, so if he's doing that, his thumb's gonna be... Actually, thumb's gonna be up here. Index finger here. It's not quite the shape I was going for. Hold on here. You may not beat me in this race? Frank, I'm only penciling panel 2. How could you not beat me? You're losing your confidence. What happens when a tornado runs into another tornado? That's a great question. I don't know if I've actually seen an incidence of that. I do believe that usually when tornadoes are in close proximity, they can actually kind of rotate around each other. This actually can happen with tropical storms. Can we call is that a gyre? Is that what I'm thinking? Fake weatherman. You get a super tornado. Super tornado. Fake weatherman. I will. 2025, you guys, is gonna be the year. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a weather segment on the stream at least once. You heard it here first. It's happening. Actually, do you know the name for a tornado that is over the sea? Anyone? Anyone? More fake Jeff props. Typhoon is what, especially in the Eastern Hemisphere, like especially in Asia, that's what they call hurricanes and tropical cyclones. I'll give you a hint. You've heard this name, but you've heard it associated with an itsy bitsy spider. You almost said it. Yeah, it's a water spout. Yeah. Exactly. Good job, Daisy. You got it. Gold star. Gold star for Frank, too. Oh, did you guys see they announced Switch 2 today? I was very excited, albeit a little bit mortified because somehow my child, who does not browse the internet, told me about it. And I was like, this just happened today. When did you see this? See, I'm torn on this a little bit, honestly. Cause like I love how Nintendo innovates and the unique stuff they come up with, but also as a long time, like lifelong Nintendo fan, I feel like the Switch is a really good formula, and I just kind of want more of it. But be able to play more games, like give some of those quality of life stuff. Oh my god, when I was going off to school to study meteorology, my friends from high school definitely wanted me to learn how to build a weather machine for them. I'm pretty sure it was ironically, but we had this conversation many a time. stream the screen while in handheld mode. See, they kind of did that, and it was called the Wii U, and it flopped. And I think they're gonna try to avoid a lot of, especially if they can't do it efficiently. I think they're gonna avoid going down some of those roads. Like a lot of what they did on Switch was trying to go the opposite direction of what they did on Wii U. And I don't know. I thought Wii U was pretty neat what they did with it, but I didn't own one, and apparently I'm not alone in not owning one. Me not reading second message. I'm reading. I'm trying, like, what did I miss? Are you talking about the weather machine thing? Wait, what? What second message did I miss? Mod me so I can ban you. Are you looking to pick up any moderator positions? Well, maybe this is a bad idea to have. This is not the time to have this conversation. I'll abuse it and ban. The guy who made a leaf tornado? No, I'm not sure. I'm going to flood your house. Oh, the Wii U games. That is DS and Wii U games. That is what you're talking about. I really would love for them to figure out DS and 3DS backwards capability, or at least the ability to be able to port the games without losing some of the second screen inputs. I was wondering if they might do a grip that you could swivel to vertical and then split the two screens, split the one screen into two. No, I don't think I've seen that specific video. Is it, so it's like the little dust devils that you'll see spin up? Or is it like much more than that? Yes, Frank, I see that I missed your second message about the Wii U, and I apologize for missing that. You already had it covered. Did you play any Wii U games? The owl in this track always catches me by surprise the first few times. Is it like on YouTube? Because I thought I have links. I thought I have links on in chat as allowed. Things are pretty tame here, so I've felt good about leaving that on, link sharing. So if I just search for like Instagram leaf tornado, I might find it. Summon leaf tornado. I feel like I want to put the ISO bars on here, but I probably shouldn't. I should probably also not dramatically change the aspect ratio of the TV. Perhaps leaf tornado. Okay. I can look for that. I can look for that. Okay. So the question is, it's 11:42. Can I finish my thumbnails or my pencils before I wrap up stream? And I'm just realizing that I haven't saved this even once. So I'm gonna, you know, do that real quick. Okay. Also, I haven't forgotten that I do need to look up the thing. The thing. Where was I gonna look that up? Here, we'll have to continue that search later. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, but I'm really gonna actually try to finish this one before I wrap. I do see now that I got, as I continued onwards, I got way more detailed with my like rough sketch layer. Something to note. What makes a leaf tornado happen anyway? So this isn't 100% my area of specialty, but there can be lots of things. Really, you're seeing the effect of small scale turbulence, or what they call an eddy, right? So you'll notice that a lot of times when you have like an outdoor alcove that's kind of like closed in on three sides, you'll tend to get them because basically, like in that case, the wind is being channeled by the buildings, and so it's coming and it's hitting a wall and it's turning and it's hitting another wall and it's turning and it's hitting another wall and it's turning, and eventually it's turning in on itself. And if you get a solid enough gust, it can create a short-lived little vortex that will carry leaves and stuff like that. You can get stuff like that in open spaces too, which there's other causes that create those. But that's the one that I probably noticed the most. Frank, man, you're on fire. And Eddie, you got it. Yep. Eh. I should just do it this way. I appreciate you keeping it family friendly. Oh no. Oh no, so many shots fired. Yep. That's a fancy title. Return to your dungeon. I feel like if you had a devil of greed and sloth and you told it to go back to its dungeon, it would just say, I would, but it's all the way over there. Is this another streamer you guys watch, chat with, friends with? I don't know what I'm talking about. So if he's doing a left hand high five, his thumb is gonna be towards the camera. Give me a fun fact about. I'll give you a fun fact about my specialty, like my meteorology stuff. I mean, that's funny. I'm laughing because I don't know if I have fun facts necessarily. My specialty, because like I work with tropical stuff now, but that wasn't my background. Like I studied, when my thesis was on lightning and thunderstorms. Really, I did just a lot of studies on statistical modeling. Like that's kind of my specialty, and I don't know if there's a lot of fun facts. A single character error in your code can ruin your life for 2 weeks. Frank is the ultimate wingman. Friend wingman. Yeah, gosh, like, what's a fun... Well, a single one character error can cause you 2 weeks of debugging to try to figure out why your program's not working. Yeah. Yes, that can also happen. Although I was talking more, this specific story was from my Fortran 77 days. Not that I learned a newer Fortran than that. The office that I got a job in, its entire code base when I started there was Fortran 77. There were several newer versions of Fortran out at the time. Just to be clear, it wasn't like 1981 or something. This was not a fun fact. No, yeah, I wish I had something really really cool or really interesting or fun to say, but my brain just kind of also forgot everything I ever learned at that second. I had to erase every indent in hundreds of lines of code. Oh no. The code thing is a fact that derives from torture. You could indeed say that and not be lying. Gosh, like, I mean, maybe if you have something specific, I can, because it's like, obviously there's a bajillion cool meteorology facts and bits of information. I just, like, my brain is not settling on any one thing. I have always really liked this one quote from Ben Franklin that was like our local AMS chapter used it on our shirts one year. It was, some people are weather-wise, some people are otherwise. And you might think, hey Jeff, don't you do a comic for Core Toons called Weatherwise? And yeah, we do. Oh, a colon instead of a semicolon. Jeff Fake Weatherman? No fun or facts? Say something interesting about tropical weather. Like, I keep on trying to think. I remember, like, the statistics about the amount of energy that is actually accumulated in a hurricane is ridiculous, but I can't remember what the measure was, and I don't want to give actual fake information. Oh my gosh. Why can I not think of something interesting to say to save my life? This is great. Is this the new form of torture, Daisy? Oh my gosh. Ugh. This is going to, like, bother me for the next week. Clouds, lightning. I mean, you know, of course, that even on, like, a hot, like a warm summer day, if it's raining where you are, it's snowing, you know, 1,000 feet above you. Like, it's the cloud tops are ice particles. In fact, the ice particles are what causes the charge separation that gets you lightning. Like, yeah, I think you probably know, like, what we see as a lightning strike is actually many different flashes or many different strokes that are part of the same strike. Are we capable of eating clouds? Yes, but it wouldn't be very satisfying. I mean, like, go stand in front of your humidifier and try to eat that. And that's about that's about the experience. And also keep in mind that most cloud droplets are formed about condensation nuclei, which is just our way of saying like little pieces of dirt and ash that are floating up high that give the water a place to condense on. So you might not want to eat that. Well, it's water, right? It's condensed water droplets suspended in the air. Why can't we? I don't think it's reliable enough to do that. We don't. Also, this is another problem that also plagues renewable energy. I don't think, unless in the last like 10 years this has happened, we don't have a super cost-effective way of storing the energy. So it would have to be able to be like get into the grid and be used immediately, which makes it a really inconsistent and hard to use source. You know, we get those kind of batteries going, and that's going to even further boost our use of solar and wind energy. Oh no, I'm terrible. Don't ask me the forecast. There's a reason that I went into programming and developing weather tools and not making forecasts. I can talk okay, so if someone who's really good at forecasting makes the forecast, I'm happy to tell people about it, which is why I was gonna be a weathercaster. But I'm not. I am the guy, the meteorology student that always came into class like soaking wet because I didn't time like leaving my apartment right to get to the meteorology building. I definitely got picked on by several professors about this in school. It is a thing that actually happened. A forecast should be called a weather prophecy. Yes, change approved. So then like meteorologists should be called weather seers. I think that would be good. Well, rain does have a smell though. Like you can definitely, when you're within the gust front, which is another word for that, outflow. So outflow, outflow is basically like when rain is falling, it exerts friction on the air as it's coming down, and so it entrains the air with it. So if the rain is coming down especially hard enough, it creates this like pulling down of air which hits the surface. It has nowhere else to go, so it spreads out. And so usually that we call that outflow, and it will outrun the actual boundary of the rain. So you'll oftentimes notice that there will be kind of like this like gust of air like a minute or two before it starts raining. It'll come through and then it'll like calm, and then the actual rain will get there. And that's like the outflow boundary from the rain that you've actually experienced. And that carries that really distinct smell of rain with it. So if you're there, yes, I could totally get that. If the rain falls hard enough, does it evaporate? No, because it's entraining a lot of that upper level air that's cold. You do get what they call latent heat release when water condenses from being a vapor and turning back into a liquid. So that, you know, it's the whole change of state thing. Just like it takes energy to make water evaporate from a liquid to a gas, when it condenses and goes the other way, it actually releases energy in the form of heat. No, I didn't fail any weather classes actually. I did pretty well with those. I worked hard. It was not without great effort, but I did pretty well. Have I heard the triangle thingy? Maybe? I think the burning thing is the meteor. That would be burning, the friction from coming to the atmosphere. What's the triangle thing? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that's got a lot to do with the ideal gas law. It's why things like at higher altitudes take less time to boil. So you've got a relationship between, oh goodness gracious, P equals rho RT, is that right? Pressure equals density times R, which is a constant, times the temperature. It's been a really long time since I've been in these equations, you guys. Oh my gosh. All right. So before I've shared Calvin and Hobbes. Let me now share with you Wallace and Hobbes, which is much less funny. This is one of my meteorology textbooks from school. I have to check myself on this now because it's just been so long since I've done it. Adiabatic, blah, 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 blah. Boltzmann's constant, yada, yada, yada. Where are you, ideal gas law? Ooh, these are skew T diagrams. These are super fun. It's like plotting 5 things on the same chart, but it's actually pretty useful. I hate you, Jeff, no puns. My internal fan very well might be overheating. But yeah, there's a relationship between the pressure and temperature. Oh my gosh, it is midnight and my brain is doing its best. It's putting along here. I hope no other meteorologists are watching to correct me on all the things that I might be getting wrong. Ideal gas law. Wait, what? I thought that for sure that was in Wallace and Hobbes. Gas law, ideal? That would be weird. Meteorologists unite to prove just right. Finally, the banner that they needed to come together under. Calling Bill Nye to fact check you. It's gonna show up at my door. 48. I have a feeling about page 48. I was right! Yay! R is the gas constant, so so yeah, it's right. Hold on, I need to go. You guys, I'm literally throwing a college textbook at you. This is peak Twitch, right? So we're looking at right here. This is what I was talking about. P equals R times rho times T. P is pressure. Rho is the density, mass over volume, and R is the gas constant, and of course, T is the temperature in Kelvin. So there you have it. That was not a fun fact. Ew, Kelvin. Well, there's the Kelvin and Hobbes. I'm sorry, Frank. I'm so sorry. Use Fahrenheit. Use Fahrenheit like one country. Doesn't have scientific credentials. I did know that or hear that. All right, you know what? We actually got there. Pencils are done. I think we actually finished roughly around midnight. So what I will do though, I was like, oh, I actually know what the title of this comic needs to be. And it's high fives. High fives. High fives. Yeah, it works. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Go ahead and insta that, and I will. What did I do? No. Bam! Got it. All right. All right. So I will hop over to Insta. I mean, I'm happy to share, Frank. Or you want me to share it? I did just see the loosey goosey, which I can always share while we're right here. If you're good. Okay. I'm gonna take a second and get this set up. I seem to always think that I've got it ready to go, and then I never have it ready to go. I always assume that I do, and I don't. So while you're storing it, I will go ahead and share. Here's the snowman one, which this is a fun one. 8 a.m. All right. Hey Daisy, thanks for stopping by. It was good seeing you, and yeah, have a good night. Have a good rest of your night. See you next time. Yeah, I like how that one came out. It was good, especially I got some of that kind of classic slapstick comedy in there. Okay, your rough draft is up. All right. Let's see if I can do this with like any level of speed. Yep. Almost there. There we go. Not too slow. That is appropriate. I like it. Do I screenshot it? No, this is just, I'm just grabbing the window, but I'm pausing the story so the time doesn't run out while we're going. So this is just straight from your Instagram story. Yeah, it turns out it's pretty nice that it's able to do that. Impressions? Well, obviously I like it. You've done this, I think, especially well. I think the last several I've seen. You set up that really good transition between panels 3 and 4 with you take it the unexpected direction. Now, I don't really have any notes for this. I think this fits, it fits Goose perfectly, and it just I like the way you did the delivery of the joke. I am fascinated by the fact that you chose like an Atari joystick here, but it does read clearly as a video game controller, even though it's like pretty sure you're not gonna play Call of Duty on an Atari because they're poor. Okay. But yeah, I don't really have any notes on this. I think it reads really cleanly. Like I said, I like the actual script of it. Like the panel 4 is set up really well, and it just fits the characters. Not that I know it, Mr. Walt Disney. Oh my goodness. You know, we're not... I don't know. I don't want to pretend that I'm not fortunate, and also that I haven't, you know, it's a combination of, you know, fortunate and working hard, but also I'm not like, we're not like Richie rich either. So, I don't know. It's a weird zone to try to comment on, because once again, I don't feel like I have all the information of like exactly what different people constitute as different things. But anyway, no, oh yeah. It's funny, we actually had an arch doorway in, wait, was that one arch? Now I'm questioning myself. I think we did in our Georgia house. Yeah, we did. This kind of just reminded me. Actually, the interesting thing in that house was like, it was, it had that, but I don't know if you can see my cursor, but like the top of the wall, like if you go above the what's the emergency in that room in our house, it just ended. It was actually like a higher ceiling for the main living space area, and it was just like this wall that separated out the kitchen, and it had the arch, and then it was just like, it just ended right there. Yeah, it looks good. It didn't wasn't jarring or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know if you were really looking for a lot from me, but honestly, I don't feel like I have any notes on this. I think this is really good. A for fun wall. Yeah. People said, I know what open concept is, and I reject it. No, it also kind of separated off the dining room area, which is good too, but yeah, I like it. But then again, you know, you've done some polls on your Instagram where the people have spoken and they have said that I am wrong. So at least about the textured lines. They didn't prefer the textured lines, and that's okay. All right, well, I'll be able to finish this one soon. Yeah, it's a little bit of a busy art time. We just got our submission in for the anthology yesterday, and then I have to do a couple, just a page of some pencils on our graphic novel project. We're submitting it to get some feedback from an editor, and I have to do that tomorrow, and we have to submit it tomorrow, and I might be stressing Ashley out with cutting it so close to all of our deadlines. But hey, life, right? You died of laughter with all the votes. I laughed. It made me chuckle. But you know, it's a learning moment for me. I was the only one who voted against it. You've been meaning to look at publishing? Like what, like self-publishing stuff? That's right. Yeah, it's a thing you certainly can do, but it's you have to decide what you're in. Something like that one thing I told you about. Oh, I'm getting it mixed up with the Substack newsletter, the Sunday Haha, which is like humorous short form kids comics in a Substack. Although that's ending pretty soon. I don't think it's that. It was something like that, right? Where you submit to it. Oh, you did tell me about that. It was like something revolving around funnies or haha or something like that, if I'm remembering. Yeah, something funnies. You could do it. You could do it. You definitely have the right humor for it. Yeah, I think you hit all the right beats for that. And I enjoy your comics, so you can tell them that, and I'm sure they'll be like, "Who's that guy? We don't care." And then you can show them a picture. Like, look at this face. Look at this face. And they'll be like, "Sir, please stop." And then it gets weird. Yeah. All right. So I'm way. I'll tell them to exclude you. I mean, I, you know, on principle, that's hurtful, but that's okay. I'll tell them to give you a bad reference. I'll submit your comics as my. Wait a minute. But I do have video evidence of me recording them. Frankworks FV. Frank works fast. Very. I think it works. Okay. You know what? I will say at some point we should do a co-stream and do fun speed-based comics and artworks competitions games. I think that would be a good time. I don't know when, but we should do it. I think I would be open for it. But anyway, yes, I am. I, Gramps, must go to bed. Stay a while and listen. I don't know why I always turn into Deckard Cain. It just happens. The annual comic games, yes. It's like the Olympics, but bigger. Gold medal for speed. I mean, I feel like we know how that's gonna go, but it would still be fun to get there. Another for no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, the no dialogue I at least can have a little bit of an angle on. At least a little bit. All right. Yeah, seriously though, I do need to get going. It is 20 minutes past my usual time that I cut stream, and I still have to wake up in the morning. I do not have a snooze button that I get to hit. Single panel comics are good. I mean, I read a lot of Far Side as a kid. And what Gary Larson could do with a single panel always impressed me. Yeah, that's a good idea. Being able to do like a shirt design or a sticker. Yeah. I mean, you've got so much with Goose that you could do. I think it'd be a good time. Anyway, for reals, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Frank, thanks as always. Like, it's always fun having you here. I know Daisy already had it up, but thank you, Daisy, for swinging by. Thanks to anyone else who was here. Again, we are always a lurk positive environment. I'm just happy you're here, and I hope you had a good time. I will be back next Thursday at 10 o'clock p.m. That is my normal time. It's Eastern Time Zone, US. Yeah, I think that's about it. We'll probably still be we'll be finishing this one up unless I decide to do extra credit and finish it over the weekend, in which case we might be jumping back into the anthology comic, going on to like the next stages of things. Because that'll be due in March, the final full everything. Although I might have some more edits come back, so we'll see. We'll do art next week. That's what's gonna happen, you know. And if I have nothing else to do, which is not really ever the case, we always have. I think I have a Pokemon Chandelure piece that I haven't finished yet, and I have definitely not yet finished the Kingdom Hearts piece that I worked on for like 10 or 12 streams. But it's lined. It's very detailed and it's lined. Anyway. Good night, everybody. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great rest of your night. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Thanks again. Bye.